Welcome everybody to La Center Church today. I'm Pastor Daniel and this is Pastor Mike, and we're certainly glad you guys are here.
So we're located this morning outside, and we're getting ready for our outdoor service. We'll talk about that a little bit more later.
So with that said, last week we had two services for the first time, and I kind of christened it with my last sermon, and I think it went pretty well.
It did. We started at 9 o'clock for our early service, and that was masked up only, and people were very sensitive to that. They came with their masks, and we're just requiring that in that service for those that are more critical in the sense that if they would catch the virus, it would be kind of a dangerous thing for them. So that's the 9 o'clock service, and then we had the 10:30 service, and that was nearly full again.
Yes, it was.
And so we have room in the 9 o'clock service, so if you're not afraid to wear a mask and spend that hour with us, join us then. But I want to go back and think about a little bit of what you were talking about last Sunday as we were exploring this transformation, this valley of transformation as it related to encountering God. And because Isaiah had an encounter with God, his life was changed, and then he was ready to be used by God. And he says, "Send me, here am I, send me."
Precisely. It's one of the most dynamic passages, I think, in the entire scripture because of what it's talking about. And it's just so important for us to understand that when we encounter God, that we have the ability to, be used by God. And as we've seen in so many other stories with Gideon and Moses and all the other characters we've already talked about, they first had that encounter with God, and then therefore God was able to use him. And so that's one of the things that we think lifts someone out from the valley into that transformation.
Very good. Well, next Sunday is we're going to be outside underneath our canopy, and this morning it's a little bit cool, so I have a windbreaker on.
It's quite a bit cool, actually.
But Sunday is supposed to get hot. And so come with your comfortable clothes, bring your lawn chairs. We'll have folding chairs available if you want to use some folding chairs. But be comfortable, and if you want to bring a little canopy and sit in the parking lot to give a little bit more space, you're welcome to do that as well. But that's going to be next Sunday at 10:30. We will still have our 9 o'clock service for those that want to come to be masked up. But what else is happening at that service?
Well, there's going to be a baptism. We're planning a baptism, and we have a few youth that are tentatively, they want to do it, and we're going to see if we can plug them in and make sure that they can get baptized this weekend. Now, when it comes to this outdoor service, one of the things that I really want to emphasize is invite people. Invite people to this. Invite especially young families that have been disconnected, because if you do that, we can have up to 100 people outside, which is more than we can have inside. And so this is just a great opportunity to invite them, especially because what we have right after the service is
a barbecue. And we're going to have a barbecue luncheon, and it's going to be provided by the church, and we're just asking you to sit with your family groups or people that you're close to. Don't mingle a lot, but we're going to all do it together. And so we're excited about that barbecue. And it's also our anniversary Sunday for being here at the church. And so for Daniel, it's your first year anniversary. And for me, I made 10. That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty impressive.
So we're excited about that. We're going to celebrate that anniversary as well this Sunday. So another thing that's come up that we introduced a couple weeks ago, and it kind of fell into our lap, is the public school is not having on-campus learning, but they're doing it all online this fall. And so we have developed what we're calling Kidstown Assisted Learning Center, which we will have a coach with a group of kids, and they will do their online classes, and the coach will help them do their homework and get it done and take the pressure off of mom and dad and having to nag their kids to do all their homework all the time. Anyway, we opened that up for enrollment on Thursday afternoon, and by Friday we were just too shy of being full, and now we are over full actually. So we're at capacity for that program within just 5 days, which is pretty amazing. It shows you the need in our community.
And that's one of the things that I really like about La Center Church is the fact that when we see needs in our community and we have the ability to do something about it, we try to do something. And in this case, we're able to provide this incredible service for these kids. And with that, we might need some staff.
We need some staff. And so if someone was interested in a kind of a part-time role, if you know someone that would like to be a coach, we're looking for another coach. And we are also looking for a staff person for our preschool, because our preschool now is going to have 2 pre-K classes. We already have about 12 kids. We can go up to about 20, and we anticipate getting more students in that. So let people know that program is available. But again, if you know someone that would like to teach preschool for 3 days a week, or more, that could be a possibility.
And as we are trying to anticipate and fulfill the needs of our communities, one of the things that we would like is if you could help with our needs. One, with these finding the right preschool staff, and second, as we are preparing these classrooms in other parts of the church, we're doing some major overhaul on some of these things. So if you know a young person, or you are willing to help volunteer within the next couple weeks, we have lots of classrooms that could use some assistance. In fact, yesterday we had 2 young people help on a project outside of this, but it was the kitchen. We had 2 of the Silliman kids come and help tile for 2 days straight, which was such a blessing.
Yeah, so we got the kitchen is now tiled. We're going to grout it this afternoon, and so on Sunday, poke your head in and take a look. It looks really nice, and it was a training opportunity, and it was kind of fun to do. So that's happening. So what else is coming up in the near future?
Well, we have actually quite a few incredible things coming up, starting with on the 29th of August. This is something that I think is going to be so much fun, which is the float. If you need any more information, contact the church and we'll give you all the details. It's on the 29th, Saturday, so it should be warm because it's August.
Okay.
Next, after that.
But if I could interrupt you, on our church app, you can sign up to be a part of that float. So just go to the church app and sign your name up and join that fun. So coming up on the 1st of September, we are excited to launch our fall study program, which is going to be in the book of Ruth, called Begin Again. And we have Dr. Carl Laney going to come that 1st of September for a kind of a training overview of the book of Ruth and kind of give us background. He's bringing his PowerPoint to show some of those locations. I mean, it's going to be really neat for a couple hours on the 1st. And so that's really geared to people that are leading the group, maybe hosting a group, or just would like to have a better background. It's open to everybody, but we are targeting it for kind of leadership training. And that's exciting. We're looking forward to that opportunity.
I'm super excited about that. And so I can't wait until that happens. On top of that, Radiate Youth Group kind of slowed down for the summer, but we're going to pick back up this September. We're starting a soft start for the first few weeks, starting August 26th. So if you know some young person that needs to get plugged in, please contact me. In fact, I've had several parents that are not even connected to the church, have not had their kids a part of the youth group, contact me because they heard of the youth group and they want their kid to get involved. And so if you know someone, obviously someone's putting out some good words because people are reaching out to me. So just contact me or tell people about this youth group, as we're planning some pretty awesome fun events this fall.
One of the things we're looking at too, and we haven't yet got all put together, is just relaunching our children's ministries. And so our children's ministry, we're going to have something during the second service. So the kids will be in the worship time during the singing time, then they'll be released for a kind of a Sunday school hour for the last 40 minutes or so during that period. And then we also would like to have a midweek program for those kids that are interested in being a part of that, because our children need to be learning about the Lord. And
Absolutely.
we just can't be sitting on the sidelines and hovering in a corner worried about what might happen or what could happen or what may happen. We need to take the bull by the horns and grab a hold of this and serve our community in those ways. So that's not all yet put together. Be praying about that with us so that those pieces could come together well for this fall.
So with that said, we're having this outdoor service. What are we going to be speaking about this Sunday?
Well, we've already looked at Daniel, not this Daniel, the Daniel in the Bible. And No, Joseph. We haven't looked at Daniel. I'm confused. Daniel spoke about Joseph. We looked at about Moses. We looked looked at Isaiah. We looked at Gideon. This week we're going to study the book of Jonah, and we're going to see how he struggled with forgiveness. And when God told him to go preach to Nineveh that they might be forgiven, he didn't want to do it, and he was mad when God did it. When he forgave them, when they repented. And so we're going to look at that and how God took Jonah into the valley of suffering in a big fish to get his attention to where he could start to transform his life. But he still struggled.
Yep.
And he had to take him through another valley. Just like we kind of go through these patterns to learn the lessons that God has for us. And it's all about learning to forgive and to let others know about the forgiveness that God offers. And so that's kind of where we're heading Sunday. If you can't be with us on Sunday at 9 o'clock or at 10:30 outside, tune in to our live stream at 10:30.
Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Have a good day.